Okay. But do you have evidence that George Soros was behind this explosion on the platform? Is this something that you suspect, or where does that come from?
What I have is circumstantial evidence, which is pretty hard to beat.
Okay.
And that is something that is in the letter that
Okay, I'll look for it. But people like Glenn Beck don't believe that, correct?
You know what? I don't think Glenn Beck, being on television, is going to confess anything. You know, he's not too bright in that area. Like, he criticizes all the conspiracy theories. He criticizes people that believe in like 9/11 truthers. He puts them down. So basically, he puts me down. So there's a lot of things I disagree with him about.
Yeah, he's distanced himself from you. I mean, he's spoken about your case and saying that, look, I'm not a person that advocates violence, but your position is you understand that, correct? That he does not advocate violence.
Yeah, absolutely. He says it all the time, and I quite frankly disagree with that because I don't think we're going to go anywhere with that system. It's the same system. The politics are always entrenched, and they always serve special interest groups and lobbyists.
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to get rid of that? How are you going to get rid of the influence of unions and the influence of corporations?
Mm-hmm. But again, you're not. People like Glenn Beck have said that they're concerned that people like you are hurting the cause. Do you understand that, and how would you respond to that?
Yeah, I understand that, and initially it probably will. But you got to also realize is that they're never going to stop. They're not going to stop attacking you. They're not going to stop attacking the people. And when it comes to the point where they can act and they can murder people with impunity without ever fearing retribution, you don't hear anything in the Associated Press about sabotage. You don't hear anything about investment in foreign oil while holding a moratorium on American oil. You don't hear these things because the news is silent.
But we talked before. You said you heard of the Tides Foundation before Glenn Beck even mentioned it. Is that correct?
I've already had all his information that he used one or two of his programs. I already knew all of that stuff. And it was, to me, it was more of a confirmation of what I already knew.
Now, if it hadn't been for Fox News and some of these conservative talk shows, would you have done exactly what you did anyway, or planned to do anyway?
Well, it's the fact that the issue was shelved. I'm actually mad at Fox. I'm mad at them because they go on to something else. It's like they drop the issue and it lands on a shelf somewhere to collect dust. And that's what's happening to the truth. It's going out and collecting dust. I say, you're not going to let these people get away with this stuff. You can't let it get away with it. So this was my action because of Fox's neglect. And, when all these issues that come up are just simply dropped and go back to collecting dust on the shelf, that's what gets me mad. It gets me mad. It's not, it wasn't what Fox said that made me mad. It was the fact that they dropped it.
Mm.
Yeah. Right? So Glenn he's getting better, but he asks some really stupid things. There is no one on television or anywhere that would say they advocate violence. Now, I can say it. I don't have a program. I don't even have a job. Right? Mm-hmm. I'm basically free to do whatever I wish.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk in some of these blogs and right after what happened, and some people were essentially blaming Fox. Or I think your mother said something to the effect that you got stirred up by watching Fox News, etc. How would you address that?
Well, Fox News is my choice because it's conservative. Other news channels, I watch them too, like CNN I watch occasionally. HLN, Headline News, I watch them. And Channel 3 for local news.
Okay.
Right. So, but, I'm a news addict. So I don't just watch Fox, but I do enjoy Glenn Beck. And it's the reason why I enjoy that is because here's information that is, in my opinion, would be banned by J.P. Morgan's Associated Press. And as you can see, that no other channel will speak about the same things that he's talking about. And if you go and you investigate those things, you'll find out that they're true. And before we start condemning a person for speaking the truth, let's go and investigate it and find out if it's true first. The problem is most people are taking political sides, and that's why I wanted to change that term, liberal Californians to gullible Americans.